Today, I'm back with another mega physical media topic video for you all. Today, I'm going to be answering the important question, how can you physical media better to improve your collecting skills? To answer this important question, we're going to break up this video into 3 different segments. First, we're going to talk about who should be collecting physical media out there. Secondly, we're going to talk about who should not be collecting physical media out there. And then thirdly, what is the best part of collecting physical media? Now, to get into our first part of our question, who should be collecting physical media out there? Well, if you want to own the movies you love, you want to collect those movies. You want to have them on the shelf, ready to go, ready to be pulled off, put into the player anytime you want to see that movie. You don't want to have to worry about, is it going to be on that streaming platform next month? Or does the licensing agreement end and then poof, it's gone, it's no longer there for you to enjoy? You do not want that to happen to you. Also, you don't want to have to worry about going back and re-renting a movie a whole bunch of times, because amount of times you rent it, you could have afforded to buy it on physical and just rewatch it, because you rewatch it so many times, you would have saved more money just with owning the disc anyway. Also, if you want to keep your movies in their original state and you don't want them to be altered or changed or censored, you want to have them in your physical media collection, because if they're on streaming, even if they're on digital, a company can go in there and alter the movie, and you do not want that to happen to your favorite movies. You just want your movie in the best quality, and the way to do that is to have it on physical media. If you have it on streaming, you can get a degraded image, compression, and then it just doesn't look as good, it doesn't sound as good. No, you want your movie to be seen and heard the way it should be, which means to have it in the best quality possible, which means to have it in your physical media collection. You don't have to worry about bandwidth and internet out there and streaming options. No, that is a hassle, that is a headache. What if the internet goes out? Then you got no movie to watch unless you have it on physical media. Physical media is just so essential for that. Now, to get into our second part of this topic, who should not be collecting physical media out there? Well, there's a couple factors that may prevent you from collecting physical media. First important factor to consider is, can you afford collecting physical media? Because it can be an expensive hobby, especially depending on how many movies you do end up collecting. There's so many movies out there, thousands upon thousands, and they keep adding more movies every single year. So if you start trying to get all these movies into your collection, it is definitely going to add up rather quickly. Also, considering all the different formats out there, DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, they ever do come out with another format. I mean, how many times do you have to upgrade your different movies to your favorite format? I mean, that can be another price factor there. So you do want to fit it into your budget. See, can I afford this? Is this going to be a hobby I can sustain in the long run? So everybody has to personally consider that. Now, also another important factor you want to consider is, what does your spacing look like in your living environment? Do you have areas to put your physical media you collected? Do you have shelving space where you can display it nicely and easily get to it? Because you don't want all your physical media stacked up everywhere where you're just tripping all over it. It's in giant piles. You start swimming through the physical media to get to your refrigerator. I mean, it sounds kind of cool at first, but it really isn't. You can definitely get injured out there. It can be a hazard. So you want to look at that living space that you're in personally and decide, hey, do I have the space to be collecting physical media, and how much physical media can I collect based off of the space, and how can I display it nicely so I can easily get to it? These are a couple factors you have to consider before getting into physical media collecting, because if you don't consider them, it could end up disastrous to where you have to get rid of a lot of your physical media at the end of the day, and you do not want that to happen to you. And then thirdly, getting into the best reason to collect physical media, and that's being a part of this great collecting community. There's so many awesome, amazing physical media collectors out there, and it's just a really fun hobby to have, to watch films, talk about movies with others, and just being a part of this community that cares so much about this hobby of their movie passion. I mean, it's just wonderful to be a part of a community like that. I mean, it is just filled with wonderful people that have such great knowledge of films, classic films, newer films, and there's always new movies being added. So it's a hobby that can keep going forever and ever. And it's so fun because there's just so many different genres out there to collect, so many different types of movies. So there's always different kinds of movies for every individual out there. And so it's always like a fun exploration and hunt for movies. I mean, it's just a great time to be a part of this physical media collecting community. It's never been stronger. So leave in the comments below what gets you most excited about being part of the physical media collecting community. And if you're just discovering the channel for the very first time and you love collecting physical media and being part of this amazing mega fan community, make sure you subscribe right now to stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics.
Come on. Do it. Do it!
And if you like this physical media topic video, click another video to see more.